Death Info, it's your man Kil.
And Dr. Roz.
We're back for another year, 2012. We just had a great meeting, got a lot of great ideas and a lot of great plans coming this year for Till Death. So prayerfully everything goes according to plan and, we can, continually prayerfully help relationships, marriage, all the
All
good
that
things
good
that
stuff.
we're trying to do. So since we've been going for a hot minute, we've got a rack of questions. So we definitely want to, start knocking them out. So the first question we have is from, let's get this. First question is, I'm engaged and the wedding is 4 months away, but my fiance seems that the wedding is the last thing on his mind, and I'm seeing things from him that I thought would have changed by now. Do you think I should bring this up or chalk it up to men just don't like the planning process of the wedding?
Hmm.
I'll let you get started.
Well, I think you should bring it up. I mean, this is something that is going to be a part of your marriage, so you need to learn how to communicate now before you get married. I think there's no time like the present to talk about it. More so, also to I really thought the same thing about my husband when we were getting married. But towards the end, towards our wedding, he really did want to have a process in the planning. Yet it just didn't appear to it at times. But he did have to sit down and tell me it's my wedding too. So maybe if you have a conversation, maybe you can find out how he truly feels about it. What say you?
What say you?
Yeah, what say you? Hey,
Some things never change going into the new year. You still
I
gonna say
like my
some
new
stuff, man.
vernacular.
Right. Well, you know me, I look at things in different layers. So the first thing she was saying was she's seeing some things that she thought would have changed by now.
Mm,
So my thing has always been that if somebody asks you to marry them and you say yes, it should be like I'm ready to marry you right now.
yeah.
And I think what a lot of women do because the men, 9 times out of 10, unless you're Chrissy, are asking,
Did you just call Chrissy out on Love and Hip Hop?
yeah, because
So
9 times out of 10, the man,
does
right,
the
nine
asking.
point nine times out of 10, the man does the asking, except for
Yeah.
Chrissy's family. So it would be that women would have to say, you don't say yes unless you're ready to marry that
Okay.
person right now. Like, if let's go to Vegas tomorrow. Let's
Yeah.
get married. And I think a lot of women say yes, but it's like we got some things we kind of need to work out. But she may not tell the dude that. She may just
Be thinking
say,
that.
okay, it's gonna take us a year, 2 years to plan this wedding, and in 2 years we can work out what I don't like right now. So to me, I think that's where women need to kind of change our game and don't say yes unless I'm ready to marry you right now, because then that goes back to the whole thing of I can change this person.
Yeah, but don't we expect to change though?
Do
Yeah,
don't we
I mean
expect to
we
change?
expect to change. No one just stays
No,
the
but you're
same.
trying to change me. Like if I ask you to marry me and you say yes, but in your mind you're like, well, I don't like the way Kill does this, and I don't like the way Kill does that, and he makes beats too much, and if you kind of already know those things, but think like, okay, over the next 2 years I can change him, or he'll because we're getting married, he'll want to stop being in the studio and he'll want to stop going to basketball games and things like that. I mean, that's just me. So if you
I
don't
see what
like the
you're saying.
way I do what I do right now, don't say yes. You know,
Well, I think it's a perfect opportunity to do an assessment in your relationship
right?
and to actually try to communicate with your significant other to see if you guys can resolve those issues. Because
Yeah.
sometimes people don't really know that there's an issue until you bring it up. So, my friend, I would encourage you to have the conversation. If this is the man that you love, this is the man you want to be with, have the conversation. The worst thing that can happen is that he doesn't talk to you.
No, but I think a lot of women look at like the worst thing that's really could happen is it could fall apart and we have to call off the wedding. But to me that's cool. Now I'd rather waste some deposits that I know is a lot
Yeah,
of
then a
money
lifetime.
than a lifetime if you kind of
Absolutely.
know that this dude isn't everything you want it to be,
Absolutely. I agree with that.
So,
I agree
and
with
then I
that.
think as it gets, she didn't say how old she was, but I think as you get up in age, thanks to you, you've explained to me that you ain't wasting no eggs.
Oh
So
no,
as
nor
y'all
my
get
pretty.
older, right?
Excuse me, get it right. No eggs, and not the pretty.
I understand. So as get older, I think a lot of women, kind of rush things even more.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
it's true.
so
It's true.
you want to hurry up and get married so you can have these kids and everything like that, and the problems will solve themselves. But they really don't solve themselves. So then you kind of got to look at the worst case scenario, even if you got to try to put the wedding on hold for a minute. But I just think all those things for this person, that's what she's gonna have to do. But for other people who are single or engaged and things like that, I think it's really trying before you say, and we talked about this the other day, that for men, we're not going to ask you to marry us unless everything is good right now
On the checklist.
on the checklist. We're
Yeah.
going to make sure that, if we ask you to marry us, then we're good with the way you are right
Right
now.
now.
Not saying you won't change, but we're good with things the way you are right now. Whereas with women,
We're on that
I don't,
potential.
yeah, I don't,
Yeah.
when we ask, yo, will you marry us, it can be off of that potential. And I'm like, what women, what y'all need to do is start looking at boyfriend material mirrors husband material.
No,
And
I
I
agree
think
with
what
that.
y'all do is y'all look at like, that's boyfriend material.
Yeah. And then that's husband.
And then
material.
that's husband material. But
That's possible
for
too.
us, don't hit me in the head when we get married like, oh, you can't go to the studio no more. Don't. That's a trick. You tricked me. I got tricked. Don't
You
trick
get
me.
tricked.
I got tricked because I married you because I'm
You
telling my
let me go
boys,
to the studio.
yo,
I
she
got
cool.
you.
She cool. She let me go to the studio. She let me do what I like to do.
But there are going to be certain things where you may have to cut those things out of your life. Some of those things, not.
I'm not cutting nothing out of my life. Now I'll compromise it. I may
That's
not go
what
to
I'm
the
saying,
studio.
not like-
No, you said cut. Cut means it's gone.
Okay, let me clarify.
All right.
You have to modify some of those things. So if you're in the studio every night and we ain't got no paycheck rolling in,
Oh, no.
that's not going to happen.
Nah, but I mean, if the paychecks are rolling in,
I'm cool with that.
okay. But see, other women aren't.
Me
All
and
I'm
the-
saying is
and me and the
that
baby gonna be at the studio too.
all I'm saying is that you need to compromise. I totally understand that, and I'm totally with that. That things need to be compromised. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to change who I am. You know, because like I said, the reason why I asked you to marry me is because she's cool.
Gotcha.
She allows me to do. Now, if you was crying and weeping about the studio when
Beforehand, that would be
I
totally
wouldn't even
different.
marry. I wouldn't have asked you.
That makes sense.
I would have asked you,
That
and
makes
and
total
that's what I'm
sense.
saying. That y'all need to do is look at the way it is right now, and if it's not the way you want it to be right now, then it should be better.
Something about.
So,
I don't think that most women think about it like that. I do think we are on that potential factor. Well, he can do this, and maybe if I love him a little bit more, he can do that.
Right.
And maybe if I show him
But-
how I want things to be, then
but the key
maybe
word in
he'll-
everything you're saying is maybe.
You're right. You're right. So it's a big gamble.
And if you want to gamble
Yes, a
on a
huge
maybe,
gamble.
men
Never
don't.
really thought about it.
Men
like
don't.
that. Men don't gamble.
We
but
don't
women
gamble.
do.
I'm not going out getting a credit card or saving up money or working overtime to buy you some 5, 6, 7. Nowadays, I'm sure it's $10,000, $12,000 ring on a gamble. Like, well, I know
That's a
she be
good
I know
point.
she be complaining about the studio, but maybe if I sell some beats, then she'll stop complaining. Nah,
That's a good point.
we're not doing
That's
that.
a good point.
Why am I marry you if you complaining and beefing and nagging me already? Why would I marry you? To just live that way forever? What dude is going to set himself up like that? Nobody.
You're right.
But with women, y'all will look at it like, okay, well, he does complain, but da-da-da-da.
Maybe I could change
Or
his
he
mind.
does do this, or and even if it's not, I can change
You
it.
got that black and white, and women are in the
Even if it's not, I can change him. You may think, well, maybe I can live with that. See, we don't do maybe we can live with
That's
that.
those livable flaws.
Yeah, it's not
And
about
women are more compromising
right.
on the livable
Maybe we
flaws
can live
than
with that. A
men.
dude will tell you, I tailgate every Sunday. If the Eagles are playing, I'm tailgating. I'm there from sun up to sundown Don't talk to me about no church service. And that's the way.
Oh,
That's the way. And some men, and I, don't, truth be told, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't. If a dude goes
you
to
don't think
church,
it's
if a
nasty?
dude goes to church and he's saying, "Look, it's football season. Get me the
How long is
DVD.
that? 4 months?
Yeah, get me the DVD. Maybe I'll go to night
So that's a
service.
quarter of the year without the Lord.
That ain't a quarter of a year because I'm not traveling with the team, so it ain't no away. It ain't 15, 17 home games. I'm gonna be in church, but if that's what I enjoy to do, now
But why can't you go to like
maybe I'll
that early
compromise because I
service?
tailgate all day. That's what I do. That's where I get my enjoyment. And what happens is this is what happens, and this will go on for some married folks. What happens is 9 times out of 10, not to say that men don't do this, because I'm
Hmm.
sure men do, but more women than men, they zap away a man's joy. No more tailgating. You need to be in church with me.
Hmm.
That sounds like a mother talking to her son.
Hmm.
Put that PlayStation down. Come with me to church. Dragging me.
But isn't
You
that the help me process?
no, no, listen to what I'm saying. You're taking away something I love. How is that helping me? What part of help me is that?
Cause you're
No,
replacing it with
no,
something that's
no,
substantial for the family.
no. What's
I'm I'm
substantial
just
for the
saying this is
family?
probably how a lot of people think.
Well, let me teach a lot of people. You know what's substantial for the family? For dad to be happy. Because people got this saying, oh, if mom happy, the whole house happy. Well, yeah, if daddy happy too, the whole house happy. Because if daddy ain't happy, daddy gonna find some way to get some happiness. So, and it may not be in this house. So, you better
Point
you
well
better
taken.
say, I need to make sure my daddy is happy. I need to make sure my husband is happy. If that means 8 weeks out the year, 8 weeks out of 52, he missed church. That's okay. He ain't going to hell because he missed church 8 weeks.
Okay, but he can go to Bible study on like Tuesdays and
Rise,
Wednesdays.
don't beat me in the head about trying to see that's
I'm
that
just saying.
that
But
no.
that's the compromise. That's what I'm saying. If you don't go to
No,
church,
listen to what I'm saying. Everything doesn't have to be a compromise. If I wake up in the
that's
morning and
blasphemous.
I don't feel good,
That's
and I say
blasphemous.
I'm not going to church today, Tanya's not going to be like, okay, well you owe me one. You owe me an
Right.
extra
I mean,
week.
I get that that's
You
different
know,
circumstances.
you no, regardless of
If
what
you
it,
don't feel good, you can't help that.
regardless of what it is. If Tanya wants to go away for a weekend with her girlfriends and she misses church, I'm not going to be like, you owe me one. You owe me a week. Who does that? You owe me a
I
week.
don't. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just trying to speak up for the people out there.
So that's all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, you better let your husband and your man have some fun because you keep taking our joy. We put it this
And I
way:
get that, but
either which way,
Ron figured.
either which way you look at it, we're gonna be happy.
Mm.
Nobody's gonna go through life unhappy.
That's
So you have the
totally.
choice of you can make me happy, or I'll find somebody to make me happy. And that's for a man or a woman. Because, like I
Yeah,
said, I'm sure there are a
absolutely.
lot of women out there who do things, and their man is like, "Yo, you're doing that too much, or you're doing this too much." Again, you definitely have to compromise. If
Yeah.
your wife likes going out dancing with her girlfriends, no, you shouldn't be at the club every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. But if you got one Friday out the month, and that's your girls' night, I don't want to take away your joy. I don't want to take away what you do and that which you enjoy. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
So at
Makes
the
sense.
end of the day, for homegirl, I would just say, yeah, most definitely you need
Have
to talk
the
to your man.
conversation.
You need to talk to him.
Don't go into a marriage with already these feelings already, because it's only gonna escalate.
Right. Because when me and T was getting married, people would be talking to us, and I'd be looking straight, and she'd be like, "Yo, what's wrong with you? Do you want to get married?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but this person is trying to sell us something." So I'm
Yeah.
not all geeked and excited.
Yeah.
I'm sitting back. I gotta listen to 8 bakers tell me something. I gotta
Oh
listen to
my
8 floors tell me
God.
something.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it like, yo, you trying to sell me something? Yeah, I'm looking
And
straight.
maybe, and
But
maybe he's being reasonable.
that's no reflection on I don't want
Yeah.
to marry you.
Yeah.
But that's the conversation she
Yeah.
asked me. Yo, you be looking straight. Like, are you sure you want to get married? So yeah, talk to your man, and then also you need to address those things that you thought would have changed by now.
Yeah.
That's the key, really, for me, is
That's the
the
key.
things that you thought would have
Would have
changed by
changed by
now,
now.
and they haven't. So talk to your man before you have a long life, like Chris Rock said. Yeah, you know me, Chris. Like Chris
Live a
Rock said,
beautiful life.
at the end of the day, people
Marriage
talk
is
about life is
beautiful.
short. Life can be real long if you make the wrong decisions. So
That's true.
make the right
Some
decisions.
decisions are unrecoverable.
So that's it for this week. Prayerfully, we answered your questions.
Yeah.
Keep the questions coming. SoDefInfo@gmail.com. It's your man, Kill.
And I'm Dr. Roz.
We check you out next week.
I wanna love him.